So last week we talked about the terminology that happens in animal-assisted interventions. We talked about things like animal-assisted therapy versus animal-assisted education. The reason why we did that was to help people really understand where they fit. So if you're a therapist, you might fit under the umbrella of animal-assisted therapy. And if you're a teacher, maybe under animal-assisted education, all that stuff we did last week. So this week, we want to actually talk about where do you go from here? We want to talk about, is your animal ready to start doing some animal-assisted interventions?
People are passionate and excited to get involved in this industry. They want to get a dog that suits the population. They often do a lot of research into that. They'll get a puppy, and then usually they'll be a desire to start bringing it into the workplace right away. Puppies are undoubtedly cute, but are they actually prepared to be in that environment? And are they prepared to encounter what's coming their way with the population that you're working with and the setting that you're in? Dogs shouldn't be actually functioning within the workplace with their handler within the scope of practice until they have been fully trained and screened to do so. So puppies still need to be habituated to the environment and socialized within the population, but that doesn't mean that they're going to actually be a part of the workplace for hours at a time or included within the goals that you're trying to meet with your population. That needs to be separated until they're prepared to do so and do so successfully. And that's to keep everyone safe, to make sure that the dog is not being pushed beyond their boundaries and therefore being sensitized and maybe even not enjoying the work for the long term, and also to make sure that the population that they're working with is not at risk. And so that's what we're doing here, is we're offering these classes to make sure that dogs are getting the opportunity they need to be really prepared to work in a variety of different settings. So the first level right now deals with dogs that are 3-4 months and up. And so that is really entailing basic obedience. You could take this class if you wanted your dog to be just a fantastic family pet, though it obviously does go a little bit more in depth into how each exercise can be utilized within an AAI scope. And so we do focus a little bit more than your basic obedience class on desensitization and on a little bit of extra skills. And we also focus on making sure that the trainers or the handlers are not just learning how to get a certain behavior done, but are really gaining skills as a trainer themselves, because they're going to be working with that animal professionally for years to come. So they need to have the ability to really carry that training forward. The first class is actually seminar style, and in that class you're getting a lot more information about dog body language, the science behind training, and you're being able to absorb that without your dog distracting you at the same time, and hopefully coming into the next class a little bit more prepared for what you're going to encounter. And then along the way, as we watch the dogs and we see what behaviors they're offering us, then I point that out and we use each moment as a teaching moment in the class. The focus is definitely build those skills to pass the testing that Dreamcatcher offers, and really that any reputable AAI organization would have you take.
Excellent. So I think then what we've done so far is we've outlined the terminology for where do you fit, depending on your profession or what it is you're hoping to accomplish with your animal. And then now we're talking about where do you start with your animal. So if it's a dog, and we're talking canine specific, picking your puppy, making sure you have the right dog, so selecting for the works. Then you also are teaching them the skills they need to know to work with the dogs in the animal-assisted intervention setting, and what the dog needs in order to even certify to work in that setting with them. You're running a Prepare Your Dog for animal-assisted intervention course right now.
Yeah.
And your next one is going to start
on March 17th.
On March 17th of 2018. And there are how many spaces?
I think there are maybe 5 spots left.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have 5 spots available to prepare your dog for animal-assisted interventions. If you're interested in that, we also have an advanced course, and maybe we'll talk about that next time, because too much information at once is too much information, right? Feel free to leave your comments at the bottom of the vlog, or email us, or you can't text us because you don't have our number. And we would like to say bye-bye for now.